Hello, my fellow gamers. Welcome to the continuation of part 1 of Why It Is Necessary to Have Raiden AE Playable. Just a quick reminder that every part will connect to each other, so every reason will be important. The previous video explained that Raiden AE needs to be playable because skin-wise, she could be better than she is now. As we know, Raiden Shogun's skin is a mix of AE's and Makoto's. But have we ever stopped and considered further realization? Despite being an Archon, she has little symbolization in Inazuma. First is the symbolization in literally physical things, and next is the symbolization in story-wise. It seems like Inazuma highly had a connection with symbolism and flower. It is no doubt that Japan itself has a history with flowers. AE, as well as Makoto, have their own flower symbols. Makoto got the Sakura flower while AE has it Japanese/Chinese balloon flower as her symbol, which upon further investigation, matched AE with its eternal meaning. Makoto got the Sakura flower with its transient meaning. But, have anybody realized that we have never ever encountered a single balloon flower in Inazuma? While ironically, the Sakura tree covered almost all of Inazuma, especially Narukami Island. And who is coming to our mind the moment we think about the Sakura tree in Inazuma? Yes, it is not AE, who planted the sacred Sakura. It is also not Makoto, who's literally herself turning into the seed, but it is Yae instead. It doesn't help when Yae's skin design supports the theory. Over time, people will forget the initial existence of the sacred Sakura tree, and think that the Sakura tree symbolizes Yae in general. It is also not helping when the one who gets the ability, which originally Makoto's ability, is Yae instead rather than AE. Next is the sword and title. Sure, AE inherited the sword from Makoto, and despite that, the credit would always go to Makoto. About the Archon title, whenever we talk about Electro Archon, AE would come second after Makoto. It doesn't help that everything in Inazuma symbolizes Makoto. This will lead to another reason in the next video. Last but not the least, from the first moment we arrive in Inazuma, we are welcomed by many kitsune statuses and the Sakura tree everywhere. Despite Inazuma having many yukais, the one who got the honor of even creating a bunch of statuses is Kitsune. We don't find Oni status or Tengu status anywhere. We definitely don't find balloon flowers, which is probably the only thing reminding us of AE anywhere in Inazuma. Archon statue doesn't count. It is quite unfair to have nothing symbolize AE in a nation she herself rules. Sure, AE has shogunate, but even thinking about shogunate seems to have nothing good sense coming out of it. We know that Hoyoverse works detailed, and that's why we can't ignore this small detail we find the first time we arrive in Inazuma. A kitsune status with an electro ring. If this is not a mistake Hoyoverse made, then it's probably the initial plan Hoyoverse made for Inazuma Archon Quest. It might be not AE that Hoyoverse originally planned to be the Electro Archon. It was probably just Makoto or even Yae herself. But, as we know, Hoyoverse is favoring Yae a bit more than any other characters, and that's why it is probably hard for them to make Yae antagonists. And that's where AE finally exists. I also remember back then that it was only one Electro Archon used in CBT. So, if this theory is as I expected, no wonder AE doesn't seem to have anything in Inazuma to symbolize her. It doesn't help when the Inazuma Archon quest is not in her favor at all. In fact, once we have done AE's first and second story quests, we realize that it is rather leaning towards favoring Makoto and Yae than AE herself. This will lead toward the following next reason. In conclusion, if AE could be playable and separated from Raiden Shogun, we might finally be able to have things that belong to AE and only AE. Things that she doesn't share with others and things that highly acknowledge in all Inazuma. Fortunately, I come across this tree. Yes, it is the white Sakura tree. It is also popular in Japan. And amazingly, it has a meaning that matches perfectly with AE. Regardless, I think it would be beneficial to have AE playable for this second reason. In conclusion, AE will finally have the symbolism of herself in Inazuma because she can't take what already belongs to Raiden Shogun. Makoto, or Yae, and make her live up to her Archon status. She will finally have a story, a redemption arc that favors her and not others. An arc that makes herself shine and not vice versa. The continuation of her story quests, because even after Inazuma Archon Quest, Ace 1 and 2nd Story Quest, despite having good cutscenes, it's still left unsatisfied. This will lead to another reason. What do you think? Is this reason reasonable?